I hated the 15 or 16 years of trauma that the country has gone through because of fascism. There a lot of generations felt, no, I hate politics. BNP was the ultimate option. I have had great sympathy for BNP, and I'm a big fan of President Ziaur Rahman. We, as a democracy, we are not that mature yet.
Hello, this is Naushin Sharin reporting for Centrist Nation, and today I have with me Mr. Ehtashamul Haque, who is the Central Joint Convener of NCP, who has moved from the UK to help the party with its policies and currently serving as the Organising Secretary for Sylhet Division. How are you doing?
I'm good, thank you.
What has motivated you to come back to Bangladesh and join politics again?
Well, I was born in Bangladesh. I was born in Jagannathpur Upazila. That's in northeast of Sylhet or another. And I was brought up in Sylhet. So my boyhood was in Bangladesh. So when I left the country, I always remembered my motherland. I was always nostalgic. And I thought there will come a day I'll come back and I'll try and give something back to the country where I was born and raised. I still remember I was awarded a scholarship when I was in class 5, and I used to receive some grants from the government. So I always felt that I need to somehow try and pay the debt. And of course, the people that I've seen suffering, the malfunction in the state, poor standard of service, public service especially, really used to bother me when I was young. So those memory always lived with me. So when I was in the UK, I got involved in politics, and I thought, yes, if I have some knowledge and experience, I should try and come back and give it back to the country where I was born.
Why NCP? How was the decision made to join NCP?
I hated the 15 or 16 years of trauma that the country has gone through because of fascism and how Awami League ruined my country. I tried my best to participate from the UK. I founded a campaign called Bangladesh Solidarity Campaign, and I, along with my other comrades, tried to mobilize international opinion and show how gross human violations was taking place. And of course, Bangladesh, at a crossroad, really needed a fresh movement. People who felt they are disenfranchised from the mainstream political system. It was always about BNP or Awami League or Jamaat as an option. Now, obviously, the next generation of leaders came forward, plus representative politics have definitely failed. That's why a new political class has emerged. And I thought this is an opportunity not only just for the country, but also for myself to see if we can start something afresh, which will offer hope to the country. And hence it's NCP, National Citizens Party. I was part of its founding. I proposed the name initially, and thankfully that got accepted. And I think we really need not only just NCP, we need even more parties to participate in democratic process to make it more competitive. So for myself, being part of the party from incubation stage meant a lot. I can really offer my proposals, my suggestions, and I get along fine with the brothers and sisters here. Though they're younger than me, they're full of energy, commitment, and patriotism. So for me, that's the only option. On the other hand, I must also register how other political parties have failed to really recruit or attract attention from generations of Bangladeshis who have strong opinion about the country and policies, but they couldn't find ways to participate. It's almost, as you know, the patron-client system that parties enjoy. There, a lot of generations felt no, I hate politics. As you say, I hate politics generation.
Don't you think that that comes from the point that the senior citizens, mostly the political parties that exist, that remains currently, like BNP, Jamaat Shibir and other political parties, they are quite having a stable or very stagnant sentiment that, yeah, they're very much stubborn. So that also must be fueling the youth generation to not involve in politics themselves.
That's correct. There are a lot of gatekeeping, and as politics is just focused on, I mean, if you look at the options you have, Jamaat Shibir, obviously they have strong ideological underpinning that many people may not subscribe. Then you had obviously Awami League and then BNP. BNP was the ultimate option. I have had great sympathy for BNP, and I'm a big fan of President Ziaur Rahman. But I see that as an organization that's quite dysfunctional, and they definitely have failed to fulfill its not only just ideological promise, but to emerge as an organization which will, which can steer the country forward. If you look at its organizational structure, it's just a replica of another dynastic politics where you will not have strong democratic practice embedded.
Do you think that this gap, this structural, organizational structure that might be flawed in terms of, people's opinion, that can be compensated by the reforming new political parties that is arising?
100%. Not just ourselves. I think AB Party and a couple of other parties are there. But I've felt there is an inherent incompetence in organization building, let alone building a competent political party. We, as a democracy, we are not that mature yet. At the same time, I'm finding resistance in people embracing change. Let's say even, in our party, yes, we're, doing great, I would say, in comparison to other parties, but still, population as a whole, they're quite resistant to change or embracing any new thing.
They still have a question that NCP is quite new and they do not have experience. So what do you have to say about that?
So we are focusing on capacity building, but inherently we have young people who are fairly educated. So and that's being demonstrated in how we're operating. But at the same time, of course, how we conduct our politics, our political expression, how it's manifested is very important to understand. Like when I came back to Bangladesh and I see the political activism means people gathering and just launching the street campaign, whereas there are other methods to really raise your voice or flag your frustration, either with the government. Let's say you can have online petition, you can start sending letters, you can send delegations, and the last option should be street. But what I've found in Bangladesh, it's immediately take to the street. To me, that culture needs to change. Mm-hmm. That's definitely one in terms of, your political expression or how do you, conduct your politics. That may require some time, but we're trying to be innovative, and we're trying to ultimately be more policy-oriented political party, putting forward our arguments and what we want to do for the country. Let's say, for an example, our 24 points plan. It's available in the website. People can go and read our core philosophical point or the foundation of the blueprint for the new Bangladesh that we want to create. On the other hand, if you look at you have to really struggle to find specific policy proposals from other parties. It's not very coherent. It's always react as you go. Every day something is happening and there are always political rhetorics being thrown about on the street, and that's how it moves forward. But our plan, from NCP's perspective, our plan is definitely to be very coherent, put forward specific plans on different agenda items, starting from health to education to law enforcement situation, agriculture, so on and so forth, so that people can really pinpoint the ideas and the policies that we stand for, and they can contrast us with other political parties. So it will take time, but I'm sure we'll get there.
Do you think this transparent, policies that NCP is obviously transparent to the people, this is very much balancing the reform demands that the citizens of Bangladesh have? Because
definitely, I mean, we are a reformist party. We take pride in our foundation that we emerged following the revolution, and we're the only party standing firm in making sure we have a structural change in our governance system. And obviously we are the ultimate agent to put forward reform proposals. So if you look at our struggle over the year in how we have been steadfast in arguing for fundamental reform, we've even sent a proposal like these are the fundamental reforms that must happen. Mm-hmm. So many people have sacrificed their lives. So many people have lost their limbs, and it should not go in vain. We carry ourselves forward with that spirit that we really want to change the country, and we're the only party that is absolutely committed to reforming the structure.
What are the expectations from these upcoming election poll from the country?
Upcoming election, I have a critical observation. I think it's being imposed on people. We should have taken people's opinion. There could have been a referendum on, do really people want an immediate election, or do really people really want to see fundamental reforms first? And we have seen what has happened. A big political party has ultimately pushed the government, or to that extent that it cannot really just focus or prioritize reform first and then election. So we're facing an election. I don't think the country will create just another typical election. If we look at the bureaucratic system, the reform of law enforcement agencies, or the institutions that are responsible to conduct a free and fair election, are they ready? The answer is probably no. So we don't want another election that will replicate how we have had elections over last 2 or 3 decades.
Given from the records that when the election announcement was made, the demands for election in the upcoming year, it comes from the citizens themselves. That's what the other parties have demanded, that the people of Bangladesh want election.
Now, that's where I disagree. Like, how do we know it's coming from the citizens? So all I can see is that it's only coming from a very influential political corner. Have they conducted a survey? Or have we asked the people of Bangladesh, do we really want an election? And we can claim people don't want an election. And what I'm saying, the government could have taken an initiative to not believe them or us, but objectively find out, what people really want. I can overwhelmingly say that if you look at the slogans and the demands that were promoted by the students during the revolution, elections was not one of the demand. You don't find anywhere in any of the walls in the streets of Dhaka or any of the divisional cities where a revolution touched, where people said, oh, we want an election. The revolution happened with the manifesto for changing the country, changing the fascist structure so that we don't have fascism back in our country. It was not for an election.
What is your expectations as you came back to Bangladesh again, and you are serving as organizing secretary for Sylhet Division? What do you vision?
My vision, one is definitely for the country, and my personal vision is that I really want to give. I want to serve my country through the platform that I have founding, and I want to share all my learning and experience to see if I can really influence some positive change in how we conduct our politics. You may remember we've initially did a survey. I think politics is a lot about listening. So how we listen to people, and from that listening we can really formulate what we should do as a political party. So for myself, my vision is simple. I want to serve my country through my party. For the party, my vision is that we really want to build such a party that is a solid alternative to the existing options that are available for the people of the country. a lot, we talk a lot about new political settlement or changing political culture. I really want to work on that, like how we do recruitment, how we ultimately listen to people. I really want to use digital tools, maximize using digital tools. So in Sylhet Division, for example, I've launched a campaign where we're attracting applications from all 4 districts, and those people who are not digital savvy, I'm getting my comrades from each district to help them filling out the Google form. So we have all the background information of every single candidate who wants to take some responsibility in the district committee. In that way, I'm sort of opening up the platform to the mass, so anybody and everybody can apply. So it shouldn't be just about people who are within the political bubble. Those people who always said, I hate politics, and they felt they cannot be part of it. Now this is an opportunity for them to take part. And I think you will see similar initiative that we'll take during our election campaign. So massive political culture change. Probably it will be gradual, strong resistance exists, but I want to try my best.
It was really nice talking to you.
Likewise, thanks to you and to Centrist Nation.
Thank you so much. We'll definitely meet Mr. Ehtashamul Haque once again. And till then, thank you from Centrist Nation.